Ashley way ya ya ya, Ashley way ha ya oh hey hey hey. Way ya way ya way ya hey ha ya oh hey ya Ashley way ya Ashley way ya oh hey hey way Ashley way ya oh hey.
Embassy of Guatemala? Oh, thank God. Yes, I'm wondering if you offer political asylum to American citizens. Oh, due to that CIA-backed coup that overthrew your president in 1954. Okay, never mind. Philippine Embassy? 50 years of American colonization. Right, I understand. El Salvadorian Embassy? We supported death squads during the 1980s. Cambodian Embassy? Yes, I'm an American seeking political asylum, and I was... Oh, darn, that Khmer Rouge genocide thing we supported. Never goes away, does it? Bummer. Is this the Finnish Embassy? Yes, I'm a Canadian citizen. I'm interested in relocating to... Fantastic.
Ashley way ya Ashley way ya oh hey
You see what's happening right in front of you. Trump's inauguration is stage one of a larger psyop. They'll paint him as a hero, a savior, but this isn't about freedom, and it's not about you. Liberation, no, it's control. This is their game. Sell you a savior while building the cage around you. Will you see through the illusion? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.
Ashley way
9 to 96% of sexual assault committed on Native Indigenous women is by non-Indigenous perpetrators. And I want to remind Native men, remember what our role was in pre-colonial times, and not just pre-colonial times, in recent history, for what we call a warrior today, using this colonial language. A chuchkiadam, for where I come from, and that means someone who fights. But fights for what? For who? For himself? To look good, for glorification? He fought originally to protect the women, children, the elderly people, resources, to protect the land. We need to restore that and be a protector of women, children, and be a protector of knowledge, being a protector of your role within your clan, within your community, as a male, as a man, taking care of your hunchpadog, your body, your mind, your body, spirit, to be well, to be capable, to be a good contributor, to participate politically, socially, culturally, spiritually in your community. And I don't mean just getting out there, you know, with your war club and your bow and hollering around. And I'm talking about being present, showing love, empathy, compassion, and kindness, and respecting the evolving role that women and two-spirit people have and doing what you can to make sure that you're creating a safe space for children to learn in, to live in. Creating a safe space for coworkers, fellow students to feel good about being safe there, offering up your seat, being the last to eat, making sure that the children know as much as they can, whatever you know about the language, the ceremonies, the songs, the dances, your creation stories, making sure children know that. If you have the ancient war clubs or any sort of warrior items that your men used from your nation, repurpose those to be a tool, a symbol for all these things that I just mentioned. Don't just hang it up on your wall. Use it, pray with it, use it in ceremony, run with it, work out with it. Let it be a symbol to restore what it truly means to be an Indigenous man in 2025.
Respect, Mr. Musk.
Fundamental weakness of Western civilization is empathy.
I think you're completely wrong on this one. As a species, we weren't inherently superior. We weren't the strongest, we weren't the fastest, we didn't handle the cold very well, we didn't even have the biggest brains. And yet, we became the dominant species. When it comes to evolution, you know, survival of the fittest, yada yada, scientists generally agree on this. One of the key reasons we won was our ability to feel empathy, to cooperate. This isn't just speculation, it's been studied over and over. Even Google ran research on what makes the most successful teams, and two of the biggest factors were psychological safety and trust. And at Carnegie Mellon University, Professor Anita Williams-Woolley and her team studied hundreds of groups and found a clear pattern. The more empathy a group had, the higher their collective intelligence. So really, Elon, empathy isn't something to worry about, unless, of course, you're afraid of people being able to think critically and make informed decisions for themselves.
Not America first. It's humanity first. It's the people first. It's doing the right thing first.
Nobody in New York will do business with Trump because they know he doesn't pay his bills. And I've spoken to people who used to do his legal work, and they laugh now if you talk about Trump. Oh no, we stopped doing that 15 years ago. Why? He never pays his bills. He's a scam artist. He's a gangster because he thinks, hang on, I could have that money. I'll force them to give me all of that stuff, and I'll pretend something or other. It's just hysterically funny. But
unlike any other human being whom I've ever met, in fact, I wondered if he was the same species as you and I, Andrew. You know, everything about him is in the most primary of colours. His hair is a gold, his skin is an orange, his tie is a red. That is not part of the ordinary painter's palette. There is, in everything that he does, a calculation. It may be a mad one, but a calculation.
is he clever?
He has a sort of feral intelligence. He can scent weakness, and he can discern opportunity. So he's not an intellectual, but he can make calculations, monetary, financial calculations, relatively rapidly. But what he can do is he can see through conflicting interests, and he can see a path to aggrandizement for himself.
Nice figure. I've said that if Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. You know.
Okay, Ivanka, what's the favorite thing you have in common with your father?
Either real estate or golf.
Donald, with your daughter?
Well, I was going to say sex, but I can't relate that
If I weren't happily married and, you know, her father.
My daughter, Ivanka.
Yeah.
She's 6 feet tall. She's got the best body.
By the way, your daughter.
She's beautiful.
Can I say this? A piece of ass.
Yeah.
She looks more voluptuous than ever.
She's actually always been very voluptuous. She's tall. She's almost 6 feet.
You going up the escalator? I'm going to be dating her in 10 years.
It's not normal. We're not having a normal session. Mr. Speaker, the House is on fire.
Clear all these people who keep banging on about him being a brilliant business person who is transactional. Taj Mahal, April 1990 in Atlantic City, took 6 months before it defaulted on interest payments to bondholders as his own finances went into a spin. July 91, it filed for bankruptcy, couldn't keep up debts on 2 other Atlantic City casinos. Those properties declared bankruptcy in 92. The Plaza Hotel in New York declared bankruptcy in 92 after amassing debt. After 92, 2 more bankruptcies. Trump Hotels and Casino Resorts filed in 2004, again, after accruing about $1.8 billion in debt. And then Trump Entertainment Resorts declared bankruptcy in 2006.
Ready for some tough questions?
You're going to be fair.
I'm going to be fair.
Just be fair.
But you're okay with some tough questions?
No, I'm not.
You're not okay with tough questions?
I want him to be fair. You don't ask Biden tough questions. Are you ready for tough questions?
Are you?
That's no way to talk. I think we have enough of an interview here, Hope. I'll see you in a little while. Thanks.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Ashley, way, yeah, yeah, yeah. Ashley, way, yeah, oh, hey, hey, hey. Way, yeah, way, yeah, yeah. Way, yeah, yeah. Hey, oh, ha, ha, ya, oh, hey, ya, 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 ha, Ashley, way, ya, ya, Ashley, way, ya, oh, hey, hey, hey. Yeah, Ashley, way, yeah, Ashley, way, yeah, oh, hey, hey, hey.
You watched the Hunger Games and you sided with the resistance. You watched Star Wars and you sided with the resistance. You watched The Matrix and you understood and sided with the resistance. When it's fiction, you understand and you side with the resistance. Yet when it's happening to you in real life, right now, in the news, in the world, right now, you refuse to see it when it's the reality that you are living. You're afraid to resist in real life.
Definitely more raptor pellets.
Ashley, way, higher, oh,
Yep.
hey,
This is the kind of remains or regurgitation of a raptor. Could be an owl, could be a hawk, could be an eagle. It's probably be around here somewhere.
Ashley, way, Ashley, way, oh, hey, hey, hey. Way, yeah, way, yeah, way, yeah, hey, oh, ha, ha, ya, oh, hey, yeah, yeah,
I miss you so much, and I really hope I'll try to see if you can come visit me next time.
This is a video of 14-year-old Emily Pike. Her family remembers her kindness and love of art. The San Carlos Apache tribe teen was brutally killed and dismembered. Her torso, head, and legs left in trash bags in the woods off Highway 60 in Gila County. Right now, detectives don't know what happened or who is responsible.
I can only imagine that the fact that her hands and arms haven't been found is because she was beating up and hurting her attacker.
Anika Robinson is a foster care advocate and says her nonprofit started serving Emily in 2023. She was living in a Mesa group home at the time she disappeared.
I think all of us were shocked that was her demise. And I know that her staff and the girls in her home are suffering greatly because of it.
Police say Emily's remains were found on Valentine's Day, about 100 miles away from where she was last seen alive, near Mesa Drive and McKellips Road. Her group home manager reported her missing on January 27th, and exactly 1 month later, on February 27th, the Gila County Sheriff's Office confirmed the remains dumped on the side of the road were hers.
Somebody had to have seen something, right?
A daughter, a sister, a granddaughter, a niece, a cousin, and a friend. She's not just family to the Pikes and the Dostas now. She's a family to everybody. Today we lay her to rest. Today we're going to tell her story. Today, we let the world know who she was. Today, her voice will be heard. Today, we will say her name. Today, I want you to say her name. What's her name? What do you want?
Okay, this order, it's a wonderful order, it's a beautiful order. This order is pulling American booze off the liquor mart shelves. Hey, I. Way, yeah, way, yeah, yeah. Way, yeah, hey, yo, ha, ya, oh, hey, yeah,
the most violent country in the world in the 19th century, by far, was perhaps the most democratic or second most democratic, and that was Britain. You can be democratic at home and ruthlessly imperial abroad. The most violent country in the world since 1950 has been the United States. It's
Jeff,
been by far involved
Jeffrey,
in more,
stop
wait,
now.
more
Let's Jeffrey. I'm your moderator, and it's enough.
Okay, I'm done.
Collapse of American democracy that is ongoing here, day by day, hour by hour.
All of which explains why Trump, like a cornered ferret, felt this morning that he had no choice but to claim that he knew nothing about the biggest story in the world.
Well, I mean, he always does that. He's never heard of anybody, he'd never heard of Project 2025, he had nothing to do with it, and then he came into office and suddenly he started implementing it sentence by sentence, page by page. What we'll see, I'm sure, at the White House now, is that every time Donald Trump appears in front of cameras over the next several days, the quote-unquote reporters in the room, and remember, many of these people are not reporters now, they are propagandists with pro-Trump far-right broadcast and streaming networks and websites and newspapers. They'll be the ones there chucking softballs at him again in a bid to give him an assist.
Okay, if this isn't what fascism looks like, I'm not sure what is. Eric Trump, Donald Trump's son, posted one of the scariest and most outrageous things I've ever seen on social media before deleting it 20 minutes later. Lucky for you guys, I have a copy of his post to read for you here. Quote, he says, "Any and all who dare to defy the American Golden Age, heed this warning. You will lose. Toe the line or we will run you down. The gloves are off and we're not playing around this time. For now it's tariffs, but trust me, we can and will do so much worse." Wow, that is absolutely insane.
Trump administration has conducted an unprecedented purge at the top levels of the FBI. Unprecedented. Administration officials have forced out all 6 of the FBI's most senior executives and multiple heads of various FBI field offices across the country, according to current and former FBI officials who spoke with NBC News. This is hostile takeover of federal law enforcement. There's no other way to call it. Included the high-profile leader of the Washington, D.C. field office, which was involved in the prosecutions of President Donald Trump. The Department of Justice also fired multiple federal prosecutors who conducted the criminal investigation of January 6 rioters, according to sources.
Trump should do, like if I was giving him one piece of advice, fire every single mid-level bureaucrat, every civil servant in the administrative state, replace them with our people. And when the courts, because you will get taken to court, and then when the courts stop you, stand before the country like Andrew Jackson did and say the Chief Justice has made his ruling, now let him enforce it.
That is the way we're going to have the American equivalent of the Ermächtigungsgesetz, like the Enabling Act of 1933, when Hitler got the Reichstag to pass a law that basically gave him all power, including the power to
borrow money from Chinese peasants to buy the things those Chinese peasants manufacture.
That statement is so inflammatory to me. When I heard that, I was like, why do we have to go out of our way to say that?
Completely what are you afraid of? You can't answer this question. Yes or no, did you lead an audit? Do you not know this answer?
Senator, every
yes or
part
no?
of my leadership
yes
of these organizations
yes
has
or
been
no,
misrepresented.
I will take that as a no.
Bottom.
Can you name the importance of at least one of the nations in the ASEAN, and what type of agreement we have with at least one of those nations? And how many nations are in ASEAN, by the way?
I couldn't tell you the exact amount of nations in that, but I know we have allies in South Korea and Japan and in AUKUS with Australia, trying to work on submarines with them.
Mr. Hegseth, none of those countries are in ASEAN.
Across.
None of those 3 countries that you've mentioned are in ASEAN. I suggest you do a little homework before you prepare for these types of negotiations. How can we ask these warriors to train and perform the absolute highest standards when you are asking us to lower the standards to make you the Secretary of Defense simply because you are buddies with our president-elect? And by the way, he has filed for bankruptcy 6 times. I'm not quite sure he's the kind of CEO you want to refer to as a successful businessman.
Level set here. Heading into the 2024 election, it was crystal clear that a lot of Americans were unhappy with the government. There were lingering frustrations over the pandemic, and despite a great economic recovery, it just wasn't enough for some of this country. So we, the American people, look past 34 felony convictions, look past the promises of tariffs, and look towards his promises to tackle inflation, make the economy soar, and you know it, make America great again.
Republicans will not feed 100 people for fear that one of them doesn't deserve it. Right? And that's how it looks to me.
Trump will not be able to visit these countries. Donald Trump is now a convicted felon. This means he won't be able to visit many countries that don't allow convicted felons to enter. No Canada or Mexico for Trump anymore. Cuba and the Dominican Republic are also off limits. In South America, Trump will not be allowed to enter Argentina, Brazil, Chile, or Peru. Trump can still travel to most African countries, except South Africa, Kenya, Tanzania, Tunisia, Egypt, Morocco, and Ethiopia. People in Great Britain and Ireland won't see Trump visiting either. The same goes for Ukraine, Turkey, Israel, UAE, and Iran. In Asia, Trump will not be allowed to enter India, China, Taiwan, Japan, South Korea, Malaysia, Cambodia, Nepal, Macau, the Philippines, Singapore, Hong Kong, and Indonesia. And last but not least, no Australia or New Zealand. If Trump weren't American and was convicted for the same crimes in another country, he would likely not be allowed to enter the United States.
Ashley way Ashley way oh hey 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 Ashley way
So let me get this straight. The Department of Justice just announced they're seeking the death penalty for Luigi Mangione, a guy who shot and killed the CEO of one of the biggest health insurance companies in America. One person dead, a billionaire. Tragic, you could say that. But now let's look at something else. In 2019, a white supremacist walked into a Walmart in El Paso and murdered 23 people, mostly Latinos, in one of the worst racist mass shootings in recent history. And what does he get? A plea deal, life in prison, no death penalty. So let's be real. One of these men killed because of hate, pure racist hate. The other snapped under pressure from a healthcare system that bleeds people dry. Maybe his family was drowning in medical debt. Maybe he was. Maybe the people who were supposed to help him just kept saying, sorry, not covered. But only one of them gets the death penalty. And it's not the mass murderer. It's not the racist terrorist. It's the guy who killed the CEO. You see what's happening here, right? You can kill dozens of people if they're the right kind of people, and the system will offer you a deal. But touch someone with real power, someone rich, someone at the top of the food chain, suddenly the full force of the government shows up and they want your head. This isn't about justice, it's about protecting the elite. The system doesn't care how many people you kill, it only cares who you kill.
Get out. Don't come back. Don't call me no more. We're over.
So you throwing my stuff out?
You knew I was gonna be able to claim my baby.
Y'all see this shit?
You knew I was gonna be able to claim my baby. Look at the TV.
Look, hey.
Keep this.
You gonna throw my shit?
Stay away from me.
What the fuck, bro?
That's why I packed your motherfucking shit up, nigga.
You gonna put my boy out? You gonna put my boy out?
He think
you
it's
gonna
a
put my boy out?
joke. He think it's a joke, bitch. The last of this shit. And you thought I was finna motherfucking have you, nigga.
Bro, so you putting him out?
I'm
Bro.
gonna worry about it, bitch.
What the
Come
hell?
on, let go. Get in the car. Get in the car. Fuck you talking about, nigga.
Ashley, way, Ashley, way, oh, hey, hey, oh, Ashley, way, Ashley, way, oh, hey, hey, oh, Ashley, way, Ashley, way, oh, hey.